my name is Megan Sheets. I'm the Consumer Insights Manager at Midwest Dairy. Today is August the 18th, 2021, and I am eager to share with you some new findings and data that we have on ice cream. So today I'll be taking you through the latest IRI retail sales data, looking at what's happening with the category as a whole at retail, and then very quickly dive into what we know now about consumer trends and how they relate to the ice cream category and what opportunities that we see there. So I will go ahead and get us started with the retail summary. So as you are probably very familiar with, there will be a lot of comparing the sales data in 2021 to 2 years ago versus just a year ago, knowing what we're coming off of with the pandemic shaping trends during this peak buying and stockpiling period that was happening at this time last year. So as you can see, looking across the dairy category, the majority of dairy foods are down at retail compared to a year ago, looking at dollar sales. However, yogurt and creams and creamers are still seeing positive numbers, even compared to the large stockpiling numbers that we saw this time last year. So then moving forward, this is the numbers we really want to look at comparing to 2 years ago. And there you can see that we're seeing a definite increase in numbers across all dairy foods, especially with creamers and cheese having the highest growth. So again, looking at dollar change compared to 2 years ago, the dairy category definitely has several bright spots, and we're seeing an increase in dollars spent at retail. And now, using two different data sources, Mintel and Global Data, we have this synthesis overview of what's happening with ice cream and what are some trends that we find relevant to share with you. So the first one is that consumers are really interested in new and innovative dessert flavors. This was something that was a little bit kind of on hold, I would say, for the last year. And now consumers are ready to have those new and fun flavors at home. It was about 60% of adults agree in the US that they are interested in trying new dessert flavors. And Mintel has a really neat tool called Purchase Intelligence, where we're able to quickly understand if a consumer is interested, or the majority of consumers are interested in purchasing a product. And you can see this Southern Banana Pudding ice cream, definitely a fun and unique flavor, had a 60% of consumers say that they would like to buy this product. So again, just another data point validating that yes, we know that shoppers are now ready to kind of have some fun and innovative, authentic flavors again. The second trend I'd like to share is really focused on sustainability. We know this is so important, and I've seen a lot of messaging come up even with the ice cream category. One was a good dessert also does good. Speaking about if it's going to taste good and be good for me, it's got to be good for the planet too. And we know that over half of consumers have said that they are more aware of their environmental impact now. People are caring more and getting really interested in how they can play a part and how they can support brands and retailers that are playing a part in our good for the planet goals. And so we're seeing a rise in sustainable packaging claims, while we're also seeing a rise of regional ingredients used in ice cream. So that kind of embodies the good for the planet, while having that kind of local or regional element as well, which we know consumers also view local to be better for the planet or have less carbon footprint. The last trend to kind of give a quick snapshot of is that consumers are in a really interesting headspace right now, being torn between indulgent foods and their health aspirations. So we know there was a ton of comfort food that was happening in the last year, or comfort eating. And now you can see 40% of those people who buy frozen treats say that their behaviors have changed, but it's not clear on how they've changed. Some are saying that they're buying more frozen treats, while others are saying they're buying less. This is just another data point stacked up showing us that people are feeling really conflicted. They still want that indulgent and that moment of self-care, but they're also wanting to make the healthiest choices possible. And so that leads really seamlessly into the different activations and opportunities with ice cream. One being to highlight that balance. We know that this is more of a macro trend, that everything's about balance and moderation, and helping consumers find that balance and encouraging them to have both the health focus and options for ice cream, where we're really featuring the nutritional value as well as the purely indulgent options. We know there's a need state for both, even with the same kind of consumer. You can see a really interesting statistic here. 64% of frozen treat shoppers said they agree that ice cream can be a part of a healthy diet. And then I really love this statistic that I found in the Mintel database, which is last year in 2020, globally, 1 in 3 desserts that were launched had a health claim. And so we know that this is trending and that brands are paying attention and saying that they know that they need consumers to really understand the nutritional benefits into all of the different purchases, even with desserts. So a really great place to start with this is just by communicating the nutrients that just naturally occur in ice cream. So think about the protein from milk or the antioxidants in chocolate chips. So there's a lot of different health attributes that can be communicated in a really natural way that will resonate with the shopper. Another angle for messaging that will really resonate with consumers' current state of mind is around ice cream bringing people together for meaningful experiences and to reconnect. Global data had some great data points on acknowledging that consumers are still concerned about that time away and the restrictions they've experienced from socializing with friends and family, ranging from extremely concerned to slightly concerned. So we know that ice cream is really well positioned to bring consumers of all different generations and demographics together to be able to reconnect in these times. And then the last 2 activations for opportunities here. One is to have a DIY kit to support consumers' interest in having more of a food service ice cream experience at their home and enhance their at-home preparation. And so this is really fun for families, for individuals, and not only will this enhance the at-home experience while we know more and more people are continuing to spend time at home, but another approach, if you're unable to actually enhance the at-home experience with those ingredients, is to utilize digital media ranging from your website to social media platforms to communicate some fun and different recipes and encourage different ingredients that might pair really well with your ice cream to make that experience, again, very unique and fun. And now moving into the last opportunity here, we know that value is very important to consumers right now in these uncertain times, and many consumers and shoppers are operating on a much tighter budget. Mintel suggests that this is an opportunity not only because consumers may have a tighter budget, but also an opportunity to appeal to those consumers that are looking for the smaller right-sized portions or portion control to help them be able to have that indulgence without having the guilt associated with it. So this wraps up our August Consumer Insights update. Thank you again for watching. As a reminder, we are a brand and retailer agnostic nonprofit funded by dairy farmers. We invest in these research and insights to be able to support our work working with and through retail, food service, and processing partners. So if there's anything we can do to support your growth goals, please reach out at insights@midwestdairy.com. We would love to hear from you. Thanks and have a great month.